Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, stated on the January 12th edition of the TLC show that he had one deal breaker. But he still has hope of mending his relationships with many of his adult children. Kody Brown, the patriarch of Sister Wives, would stop at nothing to win his children's affection. He won't, however. In other words, he feels that many of his 18 children desire Robyn Brown, his fourth and now only surviving wife, and he won't leave her. On the January 12th edition of the long-running TLC series, he said, "My children will always be my children, and the door will always be open to them," alluding to his continued distance from several of his adult children. They've got to come through that door. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. In the event that they do so, he added, "I'm going to be holding a hand out for that, but I'm going to be holding this hand that's next to me, and I won't let go of that hand." Because he is unwilling to separate himself from his now monogamous life partner, Robyn, whom he married in 2010, 16 years after he married his third wife, Christine Brown, even though he believes that their feelings for Robyn are a key factor in his conflict with his children. "I will not cut Robyn off in order to have a relationship with my children," Kody emphasized. Janelle Brown, the second wife, explained in the December 1st episode of the show that she left her ex off the guest list for her daughter Savannah Brown's high school graduation party, saying, "Kody has this idea that somehow if he leaves Robyn home, he's going to be able to come to these family gatherings. And that's so far from the truth." As Janelle, who is also the mother of Logan Brown, 30, Madison Brush, 29, Hunter Brown, 27, the late Garrison Brown and Gabriel Brown, 23, went on to say, Kody is alienated from 90 to 95% of his children. He is not really wanted at events. He's not coming regardless of who he brings or doesn't bring with him. The Wyoming native still feels that his plus one is his persona non grata, of course, despite this. Kody complained, "The situation sucks," in the show that aired on December 1st. "I've got this whole other side of the family that have decided that they're still a family and we're out. Now they'll let me in that club as long as I leave Robyn behind. I can't do that. That's not to say Robyn and their children, Dayton Brown, 24, Aurora Brown, 22, Brianna Brown, 20, Solomon Brown, 13, and Ariella Brown, 9, don't have enough of activities to enjoy. It's a real different world, the world that I have with Robyn and our children," the 55-year-old admitted during the episode released on January 12th. "It's kind, it's pleasant, it's beautiful. It's small. Too small, maybe? I got to admit this," Kody said. "I think I need a lot of attention. It's been different to be in a place where I don't get as much attention." If he made the necessary effort, he could hold court alongside his other 13 offspring. Janelle and Christine both told E! They revealed in an exclusive interview that they would really like their ex-husband to strengthen his relationship with their kids. "My relationship with my dad is one of my favorite relationships, so it's devastating to have your kids have daddy issues," Christine said to E! last October's news. "I would love it if they had a good relationship with their dad, but it's really, really hard to have kids who struggle with him. I just tell kids, you've got to accept him where he's at." The mother of Aspen Thompson, 29, Michael T. Padrone, 28, Paydon Brown, 26, Gwendolyn Caraz, 23, Isabel Brown, 21, and Truly Brown, 14 says, "And be open, just be open when he calls, answer the phone." Of course, that's only one of the recent revelations made by the Sister Wives cast members. Shortly after their 1990 vows, Kody Brown declared he was prepared to separate from his first wife, Mary Brown. However, Mary said in the September 15th premiere that he led me to believe that he would work on things by saying, "Oh Mary, when we move to Flagstaff, this will be a good time to have a new beginning for us," alluding to their 2018 relocation. Like he led me to believe those things. This is what he's done for many, many years. Her primary complaint, she stated, is his lack of communication and how he really felt and what he really wanted or what he really didn't want and the story that he's been telling for all these years. Also, Kody admitted that there might have been mixed messages, but only because he added, "I'm like, why would I do this?" when he began to work on things. "I would not court and date her now." In any case, when Mary finally pulled the plug in early 2023, her pals were ecstatic. They're like, "Okay, we're here for you, we're supporting you. And it's about damn time," she admitted. "Because if he can push me out and I leave, he's not the bad guy because he didn't walk away," she says, implying that he had been trying to get her to leave him for years by claiming he didn't love her. In the season premiere, Kody said that he was prepared to let the idea die, years after the family had bought the 14-acre plot of land in Flagstaff, Arizona, on which they intended to build. Unable to construct without paying the entire $820,000 price tag, which the family allegedly did in 2023, he said to Robyn Brown, his surviving wife, "I'd almost rather scrap it or sell it and then just start again somewhere else." "I can't talk about that," she said in reference to Robyn. "That is so not where I'm at." Janelle Brown, the second wife, had previously informed E! News, "We just kind of started to grow apart." But in the end, she left because of Kody's shortcomings as a parent to several of their children. The mom told Logan Brown, Madison Brown Brush, Hunter Brown, Garrison Brown, Gabriel Brown, and Savannah Brown, "The big spark for me was when his relationship broke down with my children, and he didn't seem like he would move heaven and earth to fix it. And I thought, okay, that was what was really holding me here." Janelle refused to entertain the possibility of reconciliation, even when Kody brought it up in the November 3rd episode. "I don't know how I would ever reconcile with him and have him not have a relationship with my kids," she stated. "No, I will always pick my children." That was Kody's justification for not trying harder to patch up the problems he was having with some of his grown children. In the September 15th episode, he complained, "I don't fit in the family anymore." He added that he was still completely married to Robyn and raising their 5 children together: Dayton, Aurora, Brianna, Solomon, and Ariella Brown. "And then I have some relationship with some of the other kids, and it's infrequent. What should I do with all of this?" I ask myself. It's not a family-like atmosphere. "It's been difficult between us," Robyn admitted in the season 19 opener, even though they were genuinely monogamous for the first time in their 14-year marriage. "We're probably doing the worst we've ever done in our marriage." He isn't sure if he or one of the other women is to blame. "I believe Kody is looking at me and asking, 'Are you going to reject me too?' because he is experiencing a lot of rejection." She consequently disclosed, "I'm on my toes." The worst aspect, in her words, is there's no resource to help with the idea that I'm still married to a man who's going through divorces. I have to constantly ensure that he is not ruining our relationship. I can't look myself in the mirror and say, "Hey, dude," Kody shared, expressing a crisis of confidence. "I cherish you." "They're all moving on," Robyn said in the October 27th episode, "and I feel like the idiot that got left behind." Robyn found it difficult to see her former sister wives embrace their new era. "I know that Maddie has not had any conversations with her dad," Janelle said during the premiere, adding her oldest daughter Madison to the list of children Kody isn't currently seeing. "He's not called, she's not called him, and she doesn't have any relationship with Robyn. She has essentially dismissed both of them." Kody's shaky relationship with Maddie's children, Axel, Evangeline, and Josephine, is the problem, according to Janelle. She doesn't really want him to have any contact unless he can commit to it. Because of this, Janelle revealed on the September 22 episode that when the family started to really dissolve, Kody did sort of cut off communication with Maddie and her husband Caleb Brush, whose sister was married to Kody's brother. She has felt like it's probably better if they don't know about him until he can be consistent and show up and not be dramatic, Janelle continued, adding that Maddie has been mama bear to the extreme since Kody hasn't been calling or visiting. Robyn added that she has been pushing Kody to make amends, but she also stated, "I think the kids should be doing the same thing, too." Kody, however, seems unprepared to mend the split for the time being, complaining that each time he spoke to his daughter, "It was a fish for gossip and I got tired of it." He was alluding to the fact that he never loved me and he felt like he had to marry me, Mary revealed in a conversation with her friend Brandy at the September 15th premiere, while celebrating their 32nd anniversary. "And I said to him, I said, 'Kody,' I said, 'I know you loved me.'" In a confessional, Leon Brown's mother asked why he ever proposed if he didn't. "When a single young man meets a single young woman, why would he choose to marry her and just affirm and force love for her when he didn't love her?" she pondered. "How cruel is that? To pick me out of a crowd and just be like, 'I pick you to try to force myself to love for the next 32 years? According to Kody's own admissions, he responded, "Oh, Mary has her little accusations now. Fine, she can say whatever she wants. I'm not going to comment on it." He would, however, admit that they never relished their honeymoon. This marriage was on the rocks the entire marriage, he demanded during the episode that occurred on October 20th. "And how would I know that? Because I had such a better relationship with Janelle, with Christine, with Robyn." Even though he acknowledged that he should have gotten out of the relationship 25 years ago, he remained because he was afraid, saying, Leadership will never allow you to marry again if you're discarding wives. Janelle stated that the first step was to pay off the Arizona property, but she wasn't sure if she wanted to construct on Coyote Pass or just sell it. I think I'm going to have to lawyer up, she admitted to her ex-sister wife Christine Brown in the September 22nd episode, as Cody was not willing to discuss the matter with her. Because I think that's the only way I'm ever going to get any kind of decision out of him. In addition, Janelle admitted that, in the absence of a valid marriage to Cody, I really have no legal rights to make any kind of claim on Cody's property. In her own words, it's not like I'm just calling a lawyer and saying I need to divorce this person. No, it's really complicated because there's no legal marriage. Cody claims that he no longer trusted Janelle, which is why he didn't discuss their Arizona property with her. We will pay off the property when the time comes, he maintained during a confessional in the September 22nd episode, adding, and I'm not giving you any details about what I'm doing or whatever, because I'm tired of disclosing information that goes through the gossip mill of our broken family. In her own interview, Janelle described it as a bit of a pot calling the kettle black. Her words, he leaks like a sieve. He told me stuff about his other relationships and his other wives that I was like, I don't think you're supposed to be telling me that. The family used to put all of their money into one pot back when their love was still growing rather than shrinking. Janelle said on the September 22nd episode, we would use all the resources to help one person. Then we would all rally to support the other person. That's how it always worked until the last 10 years or so. And all of a sudden it's been about my estate, and everyone needs their own estate. They all helped to purchase Robyn's $1.65 million 5-bedroom house in Arizona when she needed a place to live. It was put up for sale this past August. According to Robyn, the goal was for it to benefit the family. However, Janelle was rejected when she proposed that they all sign the mortgage. Cody was like, no, we need to protect Robyn's estate, Janelle recalled. Janelle went on to say that she would like her share of the Coyote Pass earnings now that she is leaving the family, and I'd like to recoup some of the money I put into Robyn's house. However, it can be difficult to sell. We were working together for so long, Robyn said. Robyn continued, it's like, how do you calculate? How do you figure that out? It's so confusing, after Janelle claimed she owed them money. I see all the art on their walls, Janelle said of Robyn and Cody's house, but I've seen him grab other assets like trailers and home decor. Janelle griped about the family's failure to pay for Coyote Pass, saying that Cody claimed to have all these other debts. And that's okay. I have money and I've spent it on things too. Cody claimed that a large portion of his money was used to purchase cars, basically had a fleet, and child insurance. I used to always be surprised at how nice her backyard was, Janelle said, adding that she wasn't sure how Cody and Robyn managed their expenses. It was finished. Additionally, there was always stuff at her place. And I thought, wow. Finally, she wore herself down by saying, he doesn't prioritize what I need or what I want. I think after a while, I began to see it, and my kids were getting very angry about it, like my adult children. Like, Mom, what the hell? In Robyn's opinion, though, she was extremely frugal after her first marriage failed. During the September 22nd show, she revealed, I used to be not so great with money. When I was young, I had hard knocks, and then I learnt during my divorce really how to budget myself very, very well. When asked about her fellow sister wives, she replied, you just must have had a different priority of where your money was going to go than I did. That's all. In the September 22nd episode, Janelle admitted that when she and Christine, the mother of Aspen Brown, Michael T. Brown Padron, Paydon Brown, Gwendolyn Brown, Isabel Brown, and Truly Brown, get together with their children, there's no contact, really, with Mary or Robyn or Cody. I don't really foresee that's going to change much. Cody also disclosed that he and Mary didn't know each other very well when they were legally and spiritually married at the ages of 19 and 21, respectively. In order for Cody to lawfully adopt Robyn's 3 oldest children from her first marriage, they ultimately filed for divorce in 2014. He said that everything was a conflict, saying, I can't live in a world where she is constantly angry at me. When we got married, she was very different, and I think just there's some baggage that Mary had that I didn't know about, Cody explained. At first, I felt like I could live with it. However, he was unable to leave. According to a man in a plural marriage, Cody stated, he cannot ask for a divorce if he wishes to remain true and in his beliefs. It is not permitted. I therefore couldn't leave that relationship. I didn't necessarily want to end the connection, though. I wanted to know if it was something we could fix and save. Cody added, "She wasn't nice, she wasn't fun, she wasn't kind, and she wasn't interesting." This is why he stated to Mary that he thought they would work things out. "I'm bored and trying to be curious with her. But I didn't kick me out," he said, acknowledging that he could understand Mary's sense of abandonment. "Mary, Janelle, and Christine all decided to have me leave the house." Mary requested an official separation, known as a release, from their church in late 2022, even though Janelle and Christine believed they didn't need to divorce Cody because their marriage was never lawful. She clarified in the September 22nd episode that it was through our church when each of us 4 ladies married Cody. Of course, we can't all be legally married, but it was what we called a covenant. Therefore, I believe it would be best to end it as we are not planning to get married, and I don't want to be permanently bound to him if he doesn't want me. And I'm at the point where I think we should simply put this out of our minds entirely. She went on to say that Cody was opposed to the notion because he did not want to acknowledge the authority of the church authorities. Cody clarified his position by saying, "The damage was done so badly that we're not going to reconcile no matter what. But since we are accountable to God, I don't want to be accountable to this church and all their BS. Since it will turn into a quarrel if I become upset with Mary, I'm going to let her go and do what she wants to do. And it took her a long time to realize that it had been done and over for years, so I just needed her to leave. It all went bad, it all went south," Christine explained, describing how a text message argument over a 2021 holiday gift exchange grew especially ugly for the 18 Brown children. Cody and Robyn and their kids were on one side, and they wanted nothing to do with Janelle, me, and our kids. And following this text thread, there was a division. But it was never anything about, "We don't want to see you again, we don't want anything to do with you," Robyn insisted, adding that her 3 older children felt the exchange was emotionally unsafe and that they needed to distance themselves from the relationship. It was just about like, "Hey, this got yucky." Gabriel, for his part, hopes they can track each other down again. In the October 13th episode, he admitted, "The thing I want most is to just have a relationship with Robyn's children again. My favorite person to hang out with in middle school was Aurora, and I was constantly trying to get close to Dayton in high school. However, I'm not optimistic about a relationship with Robyn and Dad. When Aurora's mom married Cody in 2010, she insisted on joining the family, saying, 'I have been told directly multiple times by multiple different people that I was not accepted, that I was not their sister, that they didn't consider or see me that way.' Brianna, her sister, also expressed her opinion that the parents could have done a better job with, connecting us as a family, and it never really happened. Christine, however, is unsure of how they may have extended their embrace. She ensured that Robyn and Robyn's children were invited to everything. I would just say, just come into the house anytime you want." She also mentioned that Michael T. Brown Padron lived with Robyn's children for a while, and that her daughter Isabel Brown was very close to them. "There were hard times and my kids were frustrated, but they always considered Robyn's kids their siblings just the same." Lashing out at the autonomy she received through multiple marriages, when it's functioning correctly, you have this amazing family unit that you're part of, a community that you're plugged into. You have a husband and you have a great relationship with him, and then you have everything, right? And then I have all my independence. So to me, plural marriage really was a really great arrangement. But Cody would never again say, "Oh, I doomed to polygamy." "Polygamy kills emotional intimacy," he said in the episode that aired on December 1st. "It makes everybody defensive, and I really want an emotionally vulnerable, intimate relationship with a woman, and you're not going to get that in polygamy." Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks, everyone.